Highly successful people choose to live at the outer limits of achievement. They not only dream of, but deeply crave what is beyond their natural grasp. The research and experience of others is the best place to start when looking for your answer. A new answer usually requires new behavior, so don't be surprised if along the way to sizable success you change in the process. As challenging as it can be, trailblazing up the path of possibilities is always worth it, for when we maximize our reach, we maximize our life. There is a natural rhythm to our lives that becomes a simple formula for implementing the one thing and achieving extraordinary results. Purpose, priority, and productivity. Your big one thing is your purpose, and your small one thing is the priority you take action on to achieve it. The most productive people start with purpose and use it like a compass. They allow purpose to be the guiding force in determining the priority that drives their actions. Great businesses are built one productive person at a time. Who we are and where we want to go determine what we do and what we accomplish. A life lived on purpose is the most powerful of all and the happiest. Happiness happens on the way to fulfillment. I believe that financially wealthy people are those who have enough money coming in without having to work to finance their purpose in life. In other words, without purpose, you'll never know when you have enough money, and you can never be financially wealthy. Happiness happens when you have a bigger purpose than having more fulfills, which is why we say happiness happens on the way to fulfillment. Purpose is the straightest path to power and the ultimate source of personal strength of conviction and strength to persevere. Sticking with something long enough for success to show up is a fundamental requirement for achieving extraordinary results. Pick a direction, start marching down that path, and see how you like it. Time brings clarity, and if you find you don't like it, you can always change your mind. It's your life. Live with purpose, and you know where you want to go. Live by priority, and you'll know what to do to get there. The truth about success is that our ability to achieve extraordinary results in the future lies in stringing together powerful moments, one after the other. What you do in any given moment determines what you experience in the next. Your present now and all future nows are undeniably determined by the priority you live in the moment. It's an ordinary occurrence, oddly named hyperbolic discounting. The farther away a reward is in the future, the smaller the immediate motivation to achieve it. By thinking through the filter of goal setting to the now, you set a future goal and then methodically drill down to what you should be doing right now. Visualizing the process, breaking a big goal down into the steps needed to achieve it, helps engage the strategic thinking you need to plan for and achieve extraordinary results. This is why goal setting to the now really works. Writing down your goals and your most important priority is your final step to living by priority. Productive action transforms lives. In the end, putting together a life of extraordinary results simply comes down to getting the most out of what you do when what you do matters. I've discovered that no matter how hard I try, I can't use more time as my main means of doing more. It's just not physically possible for me. So, given my constraints, I've had to find a way to be highly productive in the hours I can put in. The solution? Time blocking. It's a way of making sure that what has to be done gets done. So, go to your calendar and block off all the time you need to accomplish your one thing. If it's a one-time one thing, block off the appropriate hours and days. If it's a regular thing, block off the appropriate time every day so it becomes a habit. If disproportionate results come from one activity, then you must give that one activity disproportionate time. So, when you know your one thing, make an appointment with yourself to tackle it. Great success shows up when time is devoted every day to becoming great. To achieve extraordinary results and experience greatness, time block these 3 things in the following order. 1. Time block your time off. 2. Time block your one thing. 3. Time block your planning time. Extraordinarily successful people launch their year by taking time out to plan their time off. In truth, the most successful simply see themselves as working between vacations. When you intend to be successful, you start by protecting time to recharge and reward yourself. Resting is as important as working. After you've time blocked your time off, time block your one thing. Most people work on clock time. It's 5 o'clock, I'll see you tomorrow. While others work on event time. My work is done when it's done. The most productive people work on event time. They don't quit until their one thing is done. The key to making this work is to block time as early in your day as you possibly can. My recommendation is to block 4 hours a day. No matter who you are, large time blocks work. The last priority you time block is planning time. This is when you reflect on where you are and where you want to go. For annual planning, schedule this time late enough in the year that you have a sense of your trajectory, but not so late that you lose your running start for the next. Block an hour each week to review your annual and monthly goals. Based on where I am right now, what's the one thing I need to do this week to stay on track for my monthly goal, and for my monthly goal to be on track for my annual goal? You're lining up the dominoes. For time blocks to actually block time, they must be protected. So it's your job to protect your time blocks from all those who don't know what matters most to you, and from yourself when you forget. The best way to protect your time blocks is to adopt the mindset that they can't be moved. If you erase, you must replace, and immediately reschedule your time block. Until my one thing is done, everything else is a distraction. So, when stuff pops into your head, just write it down on a task list and get back to what you're supposed to be doing. In other words, do a brain dump, then put it out of sight and out of mind until its time comes. The people who achieve extraordinary results don't achieve them by working more hours. They achieve them by getting more done in the hours they work. Achieving extraordinary results through time blocking requires 3 commitments. First, you must adopt the mindset of someone seeking mastery. Second, you must continually seek the very best ways of doing things. And last, you must be willing to be held accountable to doing everything you can to achieve your one thing. As intimidating as it might initially seem, when you can see mastery as a path you go down instead of a destination you arrive at, it starts to feel accessible and attainable. I believe the healthy view of mastery means giving the best you have to become the best you can be at your most important work. More than anything else, expertise tracks with hours invested. When you commit to time block your one thing, make sure you approach it with a mastery mentality. The path of mastering something is the combination of not only doing the best you can do at it, but also doing it the best it can be done. Highly productive people don't accept the limitations of their natural approach as the final word on their success. When they hit a ceiling of achievement, they look for new models and systems, better ways to do things to push them through. You have to be open to new ideas and new ways of doing things if you want breakthroughs in your life. Taking complete ownership of your outcomes by holding no one but yourself responsible for them is the most powerful thing you can do to drive your success. When life happens, you can be either the author of your life or the victim of it. Those are your only 2 choices, accountable or unaccountable. Highly successful people are clear about their role in the events of their life. They don't fear reality. They seek it, acknowledge it, and own it. One of the fastest ways to bring accountability to your life is to find an accountability partner. An accountability partner provides frank, objective feedback on your performance, creates an ongoing expectation for productive progress, and can provide critical brainstorming or even expertise when needed. Earlier, I discussed Dr. Gail Matthews' research that individuals with written goals were 39.5% more likely to succeed. But there's more to the story. Individuals who wrote their goals and sent progress reports to friends were 76.7% more likely to achieve them. The 4 thieves of productivity. 1. The inability to say no. 2. Fear of chaos. 3. Poor health habits. 4. Environment doesn't support your goals. The way to protect what you've said yes to and stay productive is to say no to anyone or anything that could derail you. When you say yes to something, it's imperative that you understand what you're saying no to. So, the more things you do, the less successful you are at any one of them. You can't please everyone, so don't try. Learning to say no is a way to gain the greatest freedom and flexibility possible. Your talent and abilities are limited resources. Your time is finite. I don't know the key to success, but the key to failure is trying to please everybody. This is advice worth living by. If you can't say no a lot, you'll truly never be able to say yes to achieving your one thing. One of the greatest thieves of productivity is the unwillingness to allow for chaos or the lack of creativity in dealing with it. Just don't be a victim of your circumstances. Don't sacrifice your time block on the altar of, I just can't make it work. When we keep borrowing against our future by poorly protecting our energy, there is a predictable outcome of either slowly running out of gas or prematurely crashing and burning. High achievement and extraordinary results require big energy. Productive people thrive on emotional energy. It fills their heart with joy and makes them light on their feet. Knowing what you must do and making the time to do it is how you bring the most amazing mental energy to your life. Protect your sleep by determining when you must go to bed each night and don't allow yourself to be lured away from it. When you've connected proper sleep with success, you'll have a good enough reason to get up and you'll go to sleep at the right time. The highly productive person's daily energy plan. 1. Meditate and pray for spiritual energy. 2. Eat right, exercise, and sleep sufficiently for physical energy. 3. Hug, kiss, and laugh with loved ones for emotional energy. 4. Set goals, plan, and calendar for mental energy. 5. Time block your one thing for business energy. If you can have a highly productive day until noon, the rest of your day falls easily into place. That's positive energy creating positive momentum. Structuring the early hours of each day is the simplest way to extraordinary results. Your environment must support your goals. Your environment is simply who you see and what you experience every day. For you to achieve extraordinary results, the people surrounding you and your physical surroundings must support your goals. Ultimately, being with success-minded people creates what researchers call a positive spiral of success, where they lift you up and send you on your way. Who you hang out with also has a serious implication for your health habits. If the people you spend time with are high achievers, their achievements can influence your own. Hanging out with people who seek success will strengthen your motivation and positively push your performance. What is around you will either aim you toward your time block or pull you away. What I've learned is that when you clear the path to success, that's when you consistently get there.